Uh, um...
Looks like that's everyone. Yeah,
It's plain to see.
Unfortunately.
because we've allowed this game to continue. We must stop it somehow.
Right?
But we can't stop it now. Can't let the fun end.
Don't.
Cut it out. I'm certain this probably be the last one.
Hey. I guess.
But...
That might be okay. Maybe that's just another way to stop the killing game. If we all died, then the killing game would end.
What?
Okay. You're
Oh,
right.
yeah, right, me.
Okay.
Actually, this is a murder using game physics. So, this actually should be my forte. I think it's suicide.
Come on, man.
Huh?
What?
I mean,
You get it?
And didn't I tell you before not to get in the way, Kaito?
You really don't get it.
I'm always relying on Shuichi to carry us through this class trial, okay? Like a parrot repeating the same lines over and over. You're bothering Cam.
Oh.
I think that's the most annoying thing you can do to Shuichi, you know that?
Huh?
What do you mean I'm not?
Shut up.
Please don't.
Whoa, killer girl's glaring at me. I was only kidding around. 8.
jeez.
8 of us.
Got it.
Kaito, I'm okay.
Well...
I know what you want to say, Kaito,
I
but
believe
you
in
don't have to worry.
Shuichi!
Thank you.
Thank you, Kaito.
That's so mean.
You must have it tough, Shuichi. The obnoxious guy's always bothering you. If you ever need my help, call me. I'll shut him up so he never gets in your way. Miu certainly wasn't perfect, but that doesn't mean she deserved to be killed. No one deserves what happened to her. Not a single person. I know that voice doesn't fit him. That's why I'm doing it.
You. Hey!
Going to do his best.
I found
Going to
everyone in this game for some reason is just freaking color coded. For no
believe in
reason.
you. Shuichi!
Seriously. Everyone just has a color and has stuff. Everyone who's still alive just kind of has a color theme. The fourth trial. Wonderful. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah. The door's shut behind us. Like all those times before, we descended. It was dead quiet. The only sound I could hear was the beating of my heart in my ears. The more I tried to control it, the worse it got. There's no way to get used to it, really. The fear of death. We're all fighting it, trying to be courageous. Felt as though we were going to our own execution. No, not an execution. Test of our will to survive. Oh, lame. But yeah,
You bastards!
how confusing.
Really? Anyway,
Let's get started. The harvesting sun as the blackening the spotless face off. There's no protest left in us. The fourth class trial was about to begin. The ultimate inventor, she may have given us a lot of trouble, but we all miss her. It's a tragedy after all. And Kaide with those cameras gave people extra functions. In the end, she had done a lot for us. And the culprit that killed her is one of us. I need to discover who that is. In order to survive, I have to find the culprit. And I will fight for it. We'll fight with truth and lies in this class trial. This is gonna be a bitch. Hell, I might even finish this tonight. Oh, cool. Why the hell not? That's always good.
Now then, let's begin with a basic explanation. Screw it. This is tiresome.
Oh, thank goodness.
You need more motivation!
I do. I really, really do. Now then, let's start this class trial.
before we start, I just want to ask something since there's not a lot of us left. What happens if the votes result in 2 first places?
Huh? You mean like
Yeah.
a tie? It means they're both the blackened. As long as one of them is correct. It's fine.
Oh.
Daddy, are you sure you should make a decision like that so casually?
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
Thanks. Since that's answered, I can start enjoying this life or death game now.
What game? How long are you gonna keep saying that?
Just ignore Kokichi.
Well,
The
there
rest
might
of
be
us
2
need to
deaths
work
in this
together
one.
to find the truth.
No, there's only 8 of us.
Got it? We can't die here. Oh my! Himiko has become so
Well,
determined.
actually, do both people get executed?
It's true. People really do.
Because I think it's suicide, so if the other
Now
4...
she's lost what made her
If
so
Kokichi manages to
human.
convince 4 people that's someone else,
That's
and
none
3
of
other people
your
that's
business.
someone else,
We should focus on the
then
class trial. First, we need to clarify.
someone gets executed.
Kaito's the culprit.
It's not
What?
Kaito.
Say that to my face.
While we were all still logged in, Kaito logged out alone.
Yeah, but he was
right?
taking a nap.
You were able to move freely. Doesn't that mean you could have committed the murder?
Don't screw around. There's no way I'm the culprit.
Kaito right. Kaito couldn't have killed Mew.
Yeah.
How long are you gonna keep saying that? Trusted people can still kill, you know. We already saw that a
Speaking of
bunch of
that,
times.
Shuichi could have just killed,
So many
and
times
everyone would have believed.
since Kaede.
He could have just been like, nope, it wasn't me. And everyone would freaking believe him. Don't make me lie for Kaito. I ain't lying for Kaito.
Kaito logged out first by himself. Mew was still logged in though. That's when you
Oh,
pushed
that's not what I wanted to do.
Culprit? Impossible!
Of course it's unpop. Possible, because I didn't do it. I mean, we found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat.
Yeah, we
The
did.
culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
Actually, I think you just brought bottle poison.
Last words.
What do you mean, last words?
Kaito logged out first.
First
by
we need to
himself.
what?
Mew was still logged in. That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Kaito culprit?
No. Yeah, her eyes weren't bloodshot.
I mean, we
Yeah, her eyes weren't bloodshot.
Really?
Kaito? Logged in. That's when you poisoned her. Kaito?
Yeah,
That's wrong.
incorrect statement.
Mew wasn't killed by poison, and the warning on the label proves it. Drinking the poison would result in subconjunctival hemorrhaging. In other words, your eyes would be bloodshot.
Oh,
Yeah.
but Mew's
I
body.
even went over to her body to check to see if her eyes were bloodshot. And
That's
they
right.
weren't.
Her eyes weren't bloodshot. She wasn't killed by that poison.
Then what was that poison for?
Probably a diversion. The culprit wanted us to think Mew died by poison.
Then, what was her real cause of death?
Oh no!
But hold on. Think about it. Mew's cause of death.
Oh no! Damn it!
Yeah, I know. What I'm trying to friggin' find. No shit. Why do you think I'm doing the ones?
Oh no!
I will slap a bitch, Kibo. Almost Mew's cause of death.
Damn it!
Almost Mew's cause of death. Where the frick am I supposed to?
This is it!
Excuse me?
Mew's cause of death was the killing game simulator itself.
Excuse me?
In the virtual world, if your avatar takes fatal damage,
What kind of
your real
dumbassery is
body
that?
dies of shock.
What kind of dumbassery is that?
That was made clear in the program's text file.
Miyu received fatal damage in the virtual world and died from that shock.
What kind of
In that
dumbassery is
case,
that?
it's fair to say that the cause of death was actually the simulator.
That's dumb.
Gonta has question. Where is this virtual world place? What floor is it on?
If you don't understand, then don't say anything.
He's a She's
If
right.
Mew was killed in the virtual world, then the next thing we need to figure out is what caused her to incur fatal damage within the virtual world.
So her cause of
Her
death
impact
in
with the trample,
virtual
right?
world is the one that matters.
Or that may have happened afterwards.
Oh, it seems like Gonte is
My guess is it
confused.
has something to do
So
with
why don't we
bandages.
review
Either she
things
was
a
slingshotted to hit the chapel,
So we split into two groups to
or
find the secret of the outside
she was
world.
strangled with the bandages.
The ones who searched the mansion were me, Shuichi, Samugi, Gonta, and that NPC Kaito.
Hey, who you calling NPC, you ASS?
Non-player character.
And the others who searched the chapel were Keyboy, Maki,
How does that?
Himiko,
How
and
is he one?
Mew.
How could someone have given her fatal damage in that situation? That's what we gotta think about. Now, let's all work together.
Aww, little Himiko is all grown up. Too bad your chest hasn't grown up, though.
That was uncalled for. Someday, my chest will grow like crazy.
Let's begin then.
1,000 years from now? Who's done? Kibo's so done. Kibo's just done.
In the virtual world, Miu was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first.
Whoever did that to Mew was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer!
Our hands.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved? I think strangulation is more likely.
It's possible she was pushed from a great height.
Could she have drowned?
No. What are you talking about that?
In the virtual world, Miu was
What
fatally injured.
are you talking about, Kibo?
Efforts on that first.
Whoever did that to was dropped. Right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer!
Or going to beat her with his bare hands.
Are we certain
I mean,
that blunt
that's
force was
possible.
involved? I think strangulation is more likely.
We've gone to
It's possible she was
personality is
pushed from a
entirely
great height.
fake.
Could she have drowned?
In the virtual
Yeah.
world, Miu was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first.
Whatever was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer!
No.
Or going to beat her with his bare hands.
No.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved? I think strangulation is more likely.
Correct.
Agree.
Mew's body showed severe trauma and signs of a struggle.
Yeah, she looked like she suffered. Very hard to look at.
Right. And the virtual world is connected to our 5 senses. If her body experienced pain, she must have been in pain in the virtual world as well. Knowing that, I believe Maki is correct. Mew was strangled to death.
Yeah, definitely. Strangling and poison are the only methods that can make her look like she's suffocated. But we already removed the possibility of
Yeah.
poison, so it can only be strangulation. Also, when a victim is poisoned, they commonly grab their chest or mouth. But Mew was holding her throat. It's obvious she was trying to protect her windpipe.
Oh. The Assassin Master gets really chatty when it comes to corpses.
Yes, she does.
In that case, her exact cause of death is being strangled in the virtual world.
But is strangulation even possible in the virtual world? If the avatars were equally strong, it would be difficult to strangle a resisting victim.
Yeah, if she was just as strong as them, no way they could have strangled her.
then the culprit would need a tool. There are tons of cases where a weaker person would strangle a stronger person with a rope.
It's just
Wow.
in this
You know
case.
a lot about killing, nerd.
Nerd.
But was there even a rope in that world?
Yeah, there was
I
bandages,
don't remember
toilet paper,
seeing one.
whatever, it's toilet paper.
Then they must have used something else as a rope.
This is it!
That's such a dumb murder weapon. I'm sorry that
During
you
the
were killed with that
investigation,
man.
we found toilet paper outside the mansion. I'm guessing that the toilet paper was used to strangle her.
I don't think it looks like
No can
bandages.
ignore that.
Excuse me?
What you mean, Shui?
Huh? What's wrong?
What, wrong? Shuichi goofing off. Not gentlemanly at all.
What are you talking about? What?
There's no time for nonsense. You know can use toilet paper
Oh,
in place of rope. Would tear too easy. Even Gonta know that. And Gonta not smart.
also, give me a sec.
There's no time for nonsense. You know can use toilet paper in place of rope. Would tear too easy.
No, it wouldn't.
Your words.
The toilet paper wouldn't tear. Because in the virtual world, objects are unbreakable.
Unbreakable?
Yep.
You're so dumb, Gonta. You didn't even know that?
If objects can't break in that world, then toilet paper shouldn't be able to tear. And since it couldn't tear, it could be used as a rope.
Yep.
Gonta not really understand, but... Sorry, Shuichi. Gonta was wrong.
Yep.
It's okay, Gonta. Don't worry about it.
Killed by toilet paper. It was a fitting end for her.
A fitting end? I do not fully understand
I
that
do.
logic.
But if Mew was killed near the chapel, why was the murder
But
weapon
she was so
never
dirty.
mentioned?
Maybe the culprit tried to get rid of it to destroy the evidence.
Yeah.
If toilet paper was the murder weapon, then what's the deal with the hammer next to her?
Perhaps the culprit prepared a backup weapon, just in case.
No, the culprit didn't bring the hammer.
She hung herself using the hammer and the
But who else
toilet
would the
paper
culprit would bring
and
a
the
hammer?
tarp. And then the carpet.
That's it! Mew was the one who brought the hammer.
Mew bring hammer?
Remember what she told us?
Yeah, she did say she deleted any dangerous objects.
If that were true, she wouldn't have missed something like a hammer, meaning that Mew must have left it on purpose.
On purpose?
But why she do that?
I think she hung herself.
Let's assume that Mew brought the hammer. What was she planning to do with it?
Maybe use it to break down a wall?
Uses for a hammer. Gonta no! Mew gonna build stuff with hammer!
She probably just brought it for self-defense.
Or she secretly met up with someone. And tried to kill them with it.
Yeah, you.
You idiot! She was the victim!
Let's
Assume that Mew brought the hammer.
What was she planning to do with it?
Maybe use it to break down a wall.
Uses for a hammer.
I like the movement works.
Don't I know? Built.
She probably just brought it for self-defense.
Or she secretly met up with Steve.
You mean like you?
Mew was gonna meet up with someone in the virtual world.
Mm-hmm. With me. I was supposed to meet up with Mew on the roof of the mansion.
What? Is that true?
I overheard them talking about it at the chapel.
Yeah.
By the way, Mew asked to meet up with me before we went into the virtual world. I totally forgot where we were supposed to meet, so good thing Keyboy spied on us.
Wait, so Miu called Kokichi out?
If Mew brought the hammer, I wonder what she was planning to do with it.
That's it!
I wonder.
She was trying to kill Kokichi.
She was what?
Yep, she plotted to meet up with me and then kill me with the hammer. If you want to prove this, you'll need to figure out Mew's plan, okay?
I have a question. Why did she think this would work, considering she's the only one who had access to the programs of this place? I mean, of the Neo World program. The virtual world. How did she expect this murder to work? Anyone with half a brain cell would be like, wait, it's hard. She's literally the one who had complete control over this world. Who else would it have been? Who tried to kill Kokichi? And look, there's Mew. They should have given us the one that looked like Mew, because it was a question about Mew. That would have been cool. Still think they should have themed the girls that went in the car after the female characters. That would have been funny. The rooftop. Trying to see if I take damage from that. Doesn't look like it. No, because Kokichi probably put it there. Or Because Mew put it there in order to distract them. Yep, to divert attention.
She wanted it to appear as if Kokichi was killed in the real world.
She placed the poison on my seat to make us think the murder happened in the real world.
She did that too?
What? Miu was the one who put that poison bottle there? No, that ain't right. Something's definitely weird about that. When could Miu have put the poison there?
If she did place the poison without us noticing, then she must have logged out at...
And then what? She went back in?
Kokichi, weren't you in the salon around that time? Did you see her log in or log out at all?
Nope, I didn't see that at all.
If she hadn't logged in or out, then you couldn't have poison. I was wrong. When could Miu have put the poison there?
If she did place the poison without us noticing, then she must have logged out at some point.
No.
And then what? She logged back in?
Kokichi, weren't you in the salon around that time? Did you see her log in or log out at all?
Nope, I didn't see that at all.
If she hadn't logged in or out, then you couldn't have placed the poison.
Then who put poison bottle?
The only person who logged down early was Kaito.
Kaito, your grave just got 10 feet deeper.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't me, guys. When could Miu have put the poison there?
If she did place the poison without us noticing, then she must have logged out.
And then what? She logged back in?
No, she logged in late, didn't she? Yeah. She was the last to log in 2 minutes afterwards.
Kokichi, weren't you in the salon at that time? Did you see her log in?
Nope, I didn't see that.
If she hadn't logged in, then you couldn't have placed the poison. That's wrong.
Hour of thinking.
It was Miu who planted the poison on Kokichi's chair. She had plenty of time to do it. Here, take a look at this.
Is this a record of who went in and out of the virtual world?
Yep.
That's right. It says that Miu was the last of us to log in.
2 whole minutes.
Yeah, what about it?
I was wondering why everyone logged in at different
She logged in
times.
last. She would have had time to move around in the real world after the previous person logged in.
That's right. She could have placed poison bottle on Kokichi's seat.
Yep.
This was all part of Miu's plan. She tried to kill me in the virtual world, make us think it happened in the real world, then pin the crime on Kaito.
Well, that's not my fault.
Which is why she manually logged you out, just for that
Yeah.
purpose.
So she did that to me?
Yes, I'm positive of that.
Yeah, we
Miu
already
used a method
established that.
only she could use to log Kaito out manually.
Really? Hers is XXX.
This is it!
Bitch, this is my forte.
It was the cell phone found by Mew's avatar. That cell phone worked the same way as the phone in the salon. It logs users in and out. I verified this myself when I spoke Kaito's name into it.
I see. With that cell phone,
Yep.
she could force anyone to
She
log out
just
at
chose
any
someone.
time.
But Mew never
Although,
mentioned
why
the
she
cell
chose
phone.
Kaito?
That's
It
what
is
she
a
likely
mystery.
referred to when he mentioned a method only she could use. She kept the cell phone a secret on purpose, so she could use it for the murder.
So, she really was planning a murder.
Yep.
And she tried to set me up.
Well, I knew that from the start,
Then why did you say I was the culprit?
because I wanted to get it through your thick skull. People you trust and defend will ultimately betray you. This is a game of suspicion. Well, I think your ideals should stay the same. Because phonies like you are what make the game more interesting.
Nice.
Don't you agree, Monokuma?
Do I? I don't know about that. Huh? Wait, what were we talking about?
I wonder when Daddy's gonna get his motivation back.
Yeah! If Father keeps slacking off, all the work is gonna get forced onto
Huh? Mommy?
my head. I feel like I'm about to remember something, but I can't.
What's wrong, Monotaro? Pull yourself together!
Anywho, it's a blessing in disguise that Mew died and not me.
What you mean?
Because she wouldn't have said anything about what really happened in the virtual
Yeah.
world. You guys would have had a way harder time finding the culprit, you know. She would have been able to lie about the virtual world settings as much as she wanted. And you'd never know that the murder actually took place in the virtual world.
So that's why
Yeah.
she decided to attempt a murder, because she had total control.
Then the reason Mew was so insistent we go into the virtual world was...
She was insistent we go there so she could kill us.
Yep.
What a shady
That
person.
she even begged.
I was sad that she was
She
gone,
begged
but now I
for
don't
us
know
to
what to
die.
think.
Nice! Backstabbed by a trusted friend. See? That's an ideal fun situation. Now we can start a real class trial.
Hey, Kokichi sorta sound like Monokuma.
Really? I don't sound anything like him.
Yeah.
No, you're just like Monokuma. Both of you are cowards. You never speak the truth or show your true face.
And what
Wait,
is Monokuma a coward?
You say some interesting things sometimes, Kaito.
Smiling, putting on a mask, never saying what you really think. That kind of cowardice is just like Monokuma.
Screw you.
Daddy, they're calling you a coward. Aren't you gonna do something?
Yeah, I just gotta do my signature laugh, right? There, I did it.
He's completely lost his drive. Like a one-hit wonder who clings to their former fame.
Ouch.
My head!
Listen up, Kokichi. To hell with this game of suspicion crap. I will never be okay with it. I'm just gonna believe in everyone. Instead of suspecting my friends, I'm gonna find the truth by believing in them.
Well, if you think you can win this game like that, then sure, be my guest.
Of course I can. I don't need your permission.
How long are you guys going to argue? Let's hurry this up and continue. If we don't find the culprit, then we'll all die. You know that?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
If we are going to begin searching for the culprit, let's start with Kokichi's story.
Huh? My story?
You were meeting with Mew, but she ended up as the victim. So it's only natural for us to think you're the
Yeah.
killer, right?
Was not him.
Here's my answer. I never met up with Mew.
Hmm? You didn't?
I tried to go to the roof to meet up with her, but the door
Yeah.
was locked.
But isn't lockpicking your specialty?
How would he have
Should've
locked
been
back in a
able to
virtual
open it
world?
Easy.
I couldn't pick locks with my avatar body. I didn't have the tools for it either.
Yeah, all they had was stub
Also,
hands.
I never went to the roof, not even for the meeting.
I remember you and Gonta went off together when we first started looking.
Yeah.
But was the door to the roof actually locked? When I was on the roof before logging out, the door wasn't locked.
Huh? How should I know?
Then who locks the door to the roof?
I already told you. How should I know?
When I went to the roof, it wasn't locked. So you gotta be lying.
It was locked. It
What
was
good would it
locked.
be if I lied? I don't want to die either, you know.
Lying would do you a lot of good if you're the culprit.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize that.
What kind of response is that? That's
He even knew
suspicious as
it.
hell.
Wait, there's no point in arguing about that now. The truth will come out eventually. Before we get to that, we need to discover the truth behind Mew's death.
Truth?
There were mysterious circumstances surrounding her death. We need to make sense of those first.
Wow, Shuichi, you know your way around this game.
We've done it
Keep up
3
the hard
times
work.
now.
The fate of our lives
Third
rests
time's the
in your
charm.
hands.
So, what is this strange circumstance?
You.
Kokichi claims it was Mew who chose the meeting place. But I'm wondering how she got from the chapel to the mansion's roof.
Oh, that's easy.
I see. Mew
The walls
sent
are
a bridge
fake.
connecting
It's
the
actually
mansion
an
and
infinite
chapel
loop,
into
man.
the river herself.
I don't know why we need to go over this part.
If that's the case, then Mew might not have even gone to the roof.
Huh? So she stood me up? It's very rude to break a promise.
He was there. We check. But in my own way.
Mew is waiting for me to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
No. Mew. Chapel.
Incorrect statement.
Mew must have gone to the mansion. We have a witness.
Yeah. When I was searching the dining room, I saw Mew pass by the window.
Then why didn't you say so sooner?
Sorry. I thought I was just mistaken at first, since there was no way she could have come to the mansion. But I guess I wasn't mistaken after all. That was definitely Mew.
Then, how did she get to the mansion from the chapel?
That's what we're gonna
Must have
show
been
you.
some special method only Mew knew.
There
like with
is.
that cell phone.
There's no doubt about that. That's why she dropped the bridge. If a murder occurred when it was impossible to cross the river, she wouldn't be implicated. She used a secret method to move from the chapel to the mansion for the murder.
She dropped the bridge to make a huge scene just to let everyone know it's no longer there.
So, what secret method did she use?
It won't be that easy to figure.
No worries, guys. As long as we leave it to Shuichi,
I
everything will be
know that.
A-okay.
What are you saying? We can't just rely on Shuichi all the time. This class trial's for all of us. We're here to solve this together.
You would just slow down Shuichi.
So, Shuichiko just murdered any of them, and none of them would have thought it was him. He could have been like, nope, wasn't me. At first I was so annoyed by how many non-stop debates there are in this game, but now I get that that's just sort of the standard.
Way across it only Mew knew about.
Like a hidden bridge besides that signboard, maybe.
Or instead of bridge, Mew used some kind of vehicle to go over.
Or maybe she teleported magic. Or she used a warp zone.
Maybe there's a place you could cross without a bridge.
A hidden route that only...
Yeah,
I agree.
bam. Kibo and Shuichi.
That's it, Kibo. There was a hidden route only Mew could use.
Was there really?
Mew modified the program to add a special wall to the world.
Yep.
The wall stretches along the y-axis, but we found 2 such walls in the virtual world.
That's because it's one wall.
It's unclear whether Mew added the wall by the mansion or the wall near the chapel. We do know that that wall was set so that only objects could pass
Don't
through.
be naive, Shuichi.
Why are you blocking me?
What is it, Kaito?
Jeez, you set up a weird wall like that? That is suspicious. But it's got nothing to do with what we were talking about.
Nothing to do with it.
Huh. You don't even realize you're Oh well, my sidekick's mistakes are my mistakes.
No,
I'll make it
Shuichi's
right.
correct.
What we gotta figure out is how Mew got from the chapel to the Met. So why waste time talking about it's pointless? We gotta take a whole new approach here.
No, we don't.
Now, wait just a second. It's not actually impossible at all.
But you just said so, didn't you? That wall Mew set up only lets non-human objects go. Humans aren't able to pass through. So Mew obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object after all.
Damn it, I missed it.
You get it? So let's go through this
She
one
is
more
actually.
time. But you just said so, didn't you? That wall Mew set up only lets non-human objects go. Humans aren't able to pass through. So Mew obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object after all.
Yeah, she
Cut
is.
through your words.
The wall wasn't the only thing that Mew changed. She
Nope.
also changed her avatar settings from human
Yep.
to object.
From human to object?
Which means the virtual world treated her avatar as an object. She could have passed through a wall that only non-humans could go through.
Is that right?
Don't get ahead of yourself, Kaito. We need to listen to everything Shuichi says. I already
Yep.
told you. The more you try, the more you cause us trouble. It's so totally lame that your own sidekick is dissing you!
Kokichi, enough! I wasn't arguing with him. I was just explaining.
I don't care. That doesn't bother me at all. It just means even I make mistakes. Don't worry about it, Shuichi.
Okay.
Good for you,
It's
Kaito.
pretty funny seeing Kaito try to act all tough like this.
Are you
Kokichi,
okay?
please refrain from
You
making such
still over
irrelevant
there?
and irrational remarks.
Oh hush,
So,
Kibo.
If Mew messed with the
More
program and
importantly,
made a wall
it looks
only
like
she could go
Himiko's having a
through,
stroke up there.
Then her secret route was through that
Also,
wall?
what the hell is that thing on Kio's?
That's it, right? Like using a
Yeah,
glitch
what the
in a
hell is
game to
that?
walk outside the map. I bet Mew had a hidden passage like that in the back of the chapel.
But even if she could walk through walls, was there really a hidden passage? Because Mew said...
Yeah. That's what she wanted us to think.
She probably lied. There would be no point in going if there was nothing on the other side.
You lied.
I wonder what the truth is. There's no way to find out now.
That cum-soaked urinal cake was totally lying about there being nothing past the wall. She lived a life of pride, vulgarity, and secrets. Lying would be a piece of cake for her.
Not wrong.
Kokichi, you no have to go that far.
Stop it! Don't badmouth Mommy!
Monotaro?
Listen to you, talking about Mommy like she was a terrible lying whore. But Mommy wasn't lying. There was no hidden road in that virtual world.
Oh, there wasn't, huh?
Hey! You can't tell them such an important hint!
Thank you.
Oh, if you say that hint is important, then I guess it must be true.
Oh, shoot!
Ah, jeez. You're lucky you're cute.
Yep.
So now that we know there's no hidden route, why did she manipulate the program? If there's actually nothing past the wall, then that
There
setting
is something
meaningless.
past the wall. You. It's
Mew
an
wouldn't have
infinite
done
loop.
something meaningless. She would have had a plan.
Yes. Mew definitely wanted to be able to go through that wall for a reason. We aren't sure why.
Love how we're doing
but
all
once we
this,
solve
but
the mystery of the virtual
we
world,
haven't even come close to the
The
suspect.
mystery of...
there have been a lot of strange occurrences in the virtual world. If we can determine why, we will also determine what Mew was up to. We'll know why she wanted to pass through the wall.
All right, let's clear up those strange occurrences.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gonta will help, even though Gonta not know what you're talking about.
Speaking of strange occurrences, I'm just plain worried about that one thing. Remember? That thing that made us notice all the strange occurrences?
Nice. Kibo.
Damn it!
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
This is it!
I thought it was in Sumugi's account for some
You
reason.
mean the loud sound that you and I heard in the kitchen?
Yeah, that was probably her phone.
You all heard that sound too?
Yes, in the mansion's kitchen.
But that sound occurred near the chapel. How did you hear it all the way at the mansion?
First off, sound can't go past the map loading point.
No.
Did that sound really come from the chapel?
That sound was something hitting the chapel wall. It was real loud.
And we definitely heard it. We heard Kibo's voice
Yeah,
as well.
because it's right next to each other. The loading
You
screen
heard
is a
my
warp
voice
zone.
too?
It puts them.
What?
The map
That is pretty
is wrong.
strange.
It's
Exactly.
reverse. It's not an
It
infinite
has to
loop.
be some kind of clue to the mystery of the virtual world.
It's positioned differently. The walls are
Okay,
are the same
well,
thing.
let's check the answers later and try to find all the
But
other
in
clues
reality,
first.
They're
There
right
was
next to
another
each other.
mysterious phenomenon in the virtual world, wasn't there?
Kokichi talked like he noticed something. Pretending not to know?
Even Gonta is suspicious of me? I always thought you would be the one to trust me!
Sorry, Gonta not mean it like that.
There's no need to apologize to him. He's probably just lying again.
She probably would hurt
What
because
was the
Gonta
other
is
strange
young.
occurrence?
Believes him.
Did you see it, Shuichi?
There it is. was having a hard time thinking of what the other things. Yeah.
The sign that we were using
Then
as
I
a
saw that,
bridge
so
is
it's like,
odd to me.
yes.
Odd how?
We mentioned it before, but Mew dropped the sign in the river.
Yeah, and so
We
it
found
flowed
it
all
later,
the way
but
around.
there was something unnatural about it.
Oh, another one of these. Okay. Oops. Holy Nagito. At which point was the signboard? Which point was the signboard swept away? It's not like they really should have phrased that better. I almost didn't get it until I saw the things. I wish Makoto had one of these. There isn't one. There isn't one. I mean, so I guess it's kind of an open network. Sorry. Wait, really? But there isn't one to the river. What do you mean? How did... Are we trying to prove that it's not the chapel sign? No, really? flowed with the current. Yes, it did! It didn't float against the current. It was on the other side of the rock. How could it float against the current?
It appeared as though the sign was carried against the river's current.
Why wasn't?
We all saw Mew drop the sign and watched the river carry it downstream. And the river was wide there.
See?
The
They're
sign
connected.
should have traveled
The roads are even
downriver
the same.
toward the chapel, correct?
It's an infinite loop.
It should have hit the wall on the far side of the chapel and stopped there. But that's not where we found it. We
Yeah.
found it near the mansion.
How does it have gotten caught there if it
nestled in
was
some rocks.
against the current?
The signboard should have been near the chapel, but we found it on the other side.
Hold up. Didn't you stay on the chapel side? She probably grabbed the signboard from the chapel wall to cross the river.
Oh.
Then left it on the boulders near the mansion so she could get back.
Why would she leave the signboard where it could get swept
And
away
how
and
would
leave her
she
stranded?
do that?
Also, this has nothing to do with walking through the wall, right?
Yeah.
We're getting off topic. We're so close to the truth. We just have to connect the how and what.
I've already said what it
All the
is.
mysterious things that happened have to connect with each other.
Connect how?
A wall only objects can pass through. Sounds that shouldn't be heard. A signboard going against the river current.
What?
We would be in a lot of trouble if you didn't. The only one who can solve this mystery and save us all is you.
So, how are they connected? Do you know, Shuichi?
Ah, well, what we know so far is that the unnatural way the sign was carried is possibly related to the wall.
So that
I was wrong!
only Mio knew about.
This is it!
Really? I was one off.
It might have
On
to
the
do
same
with the
picture.
wall that only objects.
Oh, thank
The sign
God.
should have stopped at the wall on the other side of the chapel. But if that wall happened to be the one that Mew set to allow objects through,
I see. It's a wall only non-humans can pass through.
I mean, everything I
That
said
means
is correct.
The signboard can
in
pass
this
through
case.
the wall, right?
Even if it could pass through the chapel wall, how did it end up by the mansion?
You only...
Leave it to me, Shuichi. I, your partner, will give you hints in times of trouble. This is the virtual world. We should throw
Yeah.
away all of our common
Screw
sense.
common sense, man. It's a video game.
Huh? The hell does that even mean?
that's it!
Da-da-da-da.
What if both ends of the river were connected?
Huh? Both ends of river connected?
Yep.
Exactly.
Now we're
Put it
finally
another
starting to
way,
get it.
The river isn't cut off at the wall near the chapel. It's all part of one big loop. The upstream
Yeah.
part of the river is connected to it.
What? What are you talking about? Both ends of the river can't...
Again, throw out all common sense from your head. We're talking about the virtual world.
Then what about the wall? There was only one wall that could be passed through.
It's the same
Right.
wall.
Even if the river's connected, it wouldn't have been able to go through the mansion wall too.
I got it. I know why Mew only set up one wall.
What are you talking about now?
That's it. The walls by the chapel and the mansion aren't separate. They're the same wall.
Finally. Thank
The
God.
same wall.
It's not just the river. The walls themselves are connected. Don't think of it as two separate walls, but a single wall parallel to the y-axis. That single wall divides the entire virtual world. The idea is, you pass through the wall by the chapel and come out by the mansion.
Everything is starting to connect.
Yep.
See, didn't I tell you? Everything is connected.
Damn it, Kokichi! Just tell us.
It's okay. More importantly, this is the final stretch!
It is?
If both the river and wall are connected, then you can find the secret. Shirichi, you already know the secret behind the virtual world, right?
Don't do it. You piece of shit. Wait, what? Or the fuck is this world? World loops. World loops. I even said the word multiple times. Infinite loop.
Yes, that's it.
No shit, it's
The
a loop.
virtual world is a loop.
Thank God.
Loop?
Just like in old games, right?
Yep.
When a character goes off the left side of the screen and reappears on the right.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. The edges of the virtual world are linked together in a continuous loop.
The virtual world.
There's probably a loading screen right there as well.
What in the world?
If that's true, it would explain the way the signboard was swept away. It vanished into the wall downstream of the river. Came out
Also,
of that same
Mew
wall
ran up
upstream.
and threw the thing out of there and ran off without talking. Why would she think she wouldn't be suspected of murder?
And floated with the current until it got caught on the rocks.
What was the world like before Mew added the wall?
Actually, there wasn't a wall on the y-axis at all, and the x-axis was set to loop.
Yep.
Are you serious? Even if it is a computer program, isn't that too crazy?
No. That's fairly standard.
Looping world. That's more extraordinary.
That's standard in those types of games.
But at least it's not a boring answer. It also explains all the things
Yeah.
that happened.
Huh? explain everything, does it? Because we still don't know why we heard that one sound or Kibo's voice.
Because you can hear them over.
Yeah, sound doesn't go past the map loading point.
It's not a loading point there.
Actually, if we know that the world is a loop, we can explain that as well.
Huh? Really?
Yes. But first we need to be clear where the loop starts.
Where the loop starts. Doesn't it loop at the walls next to the mansion and chapel?
Yeah.
Not necessarily. If we heard a noise at the chapel from inside the mansion, then the loop...
Damn it!
Kill me! You piece of shit. Do they condemn me in this one?
Is this...
They don't. What the hell?
We can't let it end here!
In every other one, they're like,
Yes,
let's
that's it.
condemn the main
Virtual
character
loop.
for no fucking reason. And then this one, they're like, nope. We all trust him utterly and completely for no fucking reason.
There!
Yeah, that was my next yes.
The map loading point was where the virtual world looped. We thought the loading point was in the middle of the map,
That's the edge of them.
but the loading point was actually at the edges.
So the wall Mew created wasn't at the edges of the world, but rather... her wall was at the center of the world.
I see. So the mansion and chapel were near
See?
each other, with a wall between them. And any sounds emitted near the chapel would also reach the mansion. The wall only allows non-humans to pass through, so sound should be able to pass through easily.
That's right. That's how the virtual
Yep.
world works.
Impressive, Shuichi! For you to get this far! Yes! Yes! You are useful indeed!
For you to get this far, what are you, some villain
Yes,
pulling the
he is.
strings?
Nope. Mew pulled the strings here, not me.
Mew.
Remember? Mew
He's
also
right.
set this trap. It all began when Mew showed us the map.
Also, the
Because of
left
the
side
map,
is bigger than
we
the right side.
mistakenly thought the loading point was at the center.
It's not even the
Which
center.
in turn made the mansion and chapel seem farther away from each other.
But the structure of the world wasn't actually like that.
Yeah.
There
So
was
she
a
could
wall along
easily
the
just walk back and
y-axis,
forth.
and the x-axis came around in a loop.
By putting that wall in the center of that world, she cut off the loop.
So ever since Mew showed us that map, we were caught in
Yep.
a trap. But we solved this mystery thanks to Shuichi. All hail our savior!
You're damn right.
Yeah. If Shuichi wasn't here,
Oh, God,
we
no.
never would have
Don't
solved
do
this
that.
mystery.
That's right. Good work, Shuichi.
Thanks, Shuichi. You saved us.
Are you making them overly rely on me?
You're welcome.
Just because we found out the virtual world's secret doesn't mean we can take it easy yet. Actually, this culprit hunt just got to the exciting part. Even if we know all the tricks, it's pretty meaningless if we don't find the culprit. That's how a class trial works, after all!
Kokichi talking like Monokuma again.
No matter what you say, I'm not gonna believe your lies. I'm gonna believe in everyone. That's how I'm gonna reach the truth.
I can't wait to see what happens next!
Yeah. It's because he punched him, probably. I still think it's suicide. God, I hope this is the halfway point. Because I only have like an hour and a half.
And another thing. Yeah?
Hmm.
Ah. Huh? Huh? Really?
Then to think you're not just goofing around.
Huh? Hmm? Oh.
Night night, Monokuma. Dude needs some sleep. Seriously, he's done 3 gangs. 4. No, he wasn't a part of the action. And the spare ghost.
I feel like I'm forgetting something. My head hurts so much. I just can't remember.
If you've forgotten, maybe that's for the best. From this point forward, let's start a new life for ourselves. After all, our baby is excited to meet his daddy, you know?
Daddy? Wait, what? I'm gonna be a father?
Sweet Home Alabama?
What a colossal death flag. I'll be surprised if he doesn't die after that.
More importantly, let's continue the conversation where we left off.
Actually, I'm sure the
We
girl's gonna die.
understand
Wanna
Mew
find out?
plotted the murder, but we need to find out who killed her.
And in order to
I still
figure
think it was
that out,
Mew.
we need to understand Mew's actions. So let's discuss her murder scheme step by step.
I know that's important, but hearing you lead the conversation really pisses me off.
Let's see. Mew manipulated the virtual world to use it as part of her murder plan.
Don't just ignore me and start anyway.
If she had succeeded, she would have gone past the wall between the chapel and mansion. And then wham! Murdered me on the roof with the hammer.
Yep.
She would make the murder seem like it happened in the real world, and then pin it on Kaito.
Guess I had just gotten into a
As
fight.
for Mew's alibi in the real world, she could say she was locked into the virtual world. And in the virtual world, she could say she was near the chapel the entire time.
Yep.
She'd make an excuse about how she couldn't reach the mansion because of the fallen bridge. She dropped the bridge on purpose so she could separate the chapel from the mansion. Then secretly passed through the wall she installed and took advantage of the loop.
Yep. Finally starting to come together.
She headed to where we were supposed to meet up, the mansion's rooftop. Oh yeah, Kaito was probably logged out around that time too.
That's when I saw Mew.
Yep.
Problem is, because of her murder plans, we don't even know where she was killed.
She was killed on the roof, right? Kokichi
We don't
told us
know
the
that.
roof door was locked and that he couldn't get through.
Maybe that when culprit killed her.
That's probably what happened. The culprit killed her on the locked roof.
Did the culprit lock the door to the roof?
Perhaps. I don't think Mew did it. If Mew did lock it, she would have done it when she called Kokichi to the roof. Even if someone came up, I don't believe she would change the target of her plan. She knew that Kokichi would come up later. Locking the door would be suspicious.
Well, it's possible she didn't even think that far ahead.
She was smart, but she was also really
Yeah.
dumb.
No say such mean things. Killing gang bad. Not Mew. Mew not bad person. Going
She
to
tried
keep
to
open
murder
friends.
Kokichi!
Things different.
She's a bad person.
That might have been difficult. Even without this killing game.
Yeah, the killing game is probably our best shot at
Now,
making
can
friends.
happen.
Nuh-uh. No way, Jose.
Huh?
Anyway, let's continue the discussion. If
Yeah.
Mew was killed on the roof of the mansion, the culprit must have moved Mew's avatar to the chapel after killing her, right?
So the next thing we should talk about is how they moved her avatar.
Now we know the mansion and chapel were actually next to
Right.
each other. But the problem is the wall between them.
Only Mew was able to go through that wall. The culprit wouldn't have been able to.
Then you're saying the culprit sent Mew's avatar through that wall?
Yeah, that's the only way, right?
But how did the culprit send Mew's avatar through the wall?
Yeah.
I mean,
Slingshot.
it's not like they could have thrown her.
Don't not throw her!
We know. You couldn't because the avatar's physical strength was equalized.
Physical strength?
Made you awake.
Problem. Gonta no can protect everyone if that happens.
Jeez, keep up with us. We're already in the second half of the class
Yeah.
trial.
How did they send Mew's avatar to the other side of the wall? Maybe that thing has something to do with it.
Slingshot.
You know, the loud sound you heard? Because of that sound, you guys went to the side of the chapel. Right, Keyboy? That's when you found the dead Mew there, right? If so, then I think that sound and her avatar being by the chapel are related.
That's it!
Yeah, it's her corpse hitting the wall.
I think the sound came from Mew's avatar hitting the chapel wall. The hammer, cell phone, and lattice were there, but they were too small to make
Cargo
that
was used to
noise.
hold her.
Ruling those out,
And her
the
hammer
only other
and
explanation is
phone
that
fell
the
off her
sound was
pocket.
Mew colliding with a wall.
If that's the case, Mew's avatar must have hit the chapel wall really hard. We felt the impact all the way from the inside of the chapel.
Yeah, that's the real question. Mew's avatar probably hit the chapel's wall with pretty considerable force.
Gonta, are you fake?
But why did it hit the wall with such force? Can you guys figure it out?
Hold on, Kokichi. What's up with the way you're talking?
Or the
Why
Explorer?
are you talking like you know everything?
Let's not worry about that right now. More importantly, we gotta solve the mystery. Fighting among friends is a waste of time.
Friends? Us?
Anyway, can we talk
Speak
about
for yourself,
that after we
Kaito.
figure this problem out?
A way of transporting Mew's avatar that would cause it to crash into the chapel.
Hey, Shuichi, as your partner, I'll give you a little hint.
You'll what?
Since the mansion was on top of a hill, the roof was pretty high up.
Oh, it was a
right?
sled. Oh, I was hoping it was a
Past the black
slingshot.
handrail, the roof was at a
Wait,
pretty
then yeah,
steep
she
slope,
totally could have hung herself and slid off the roof.
and the slope
And
faced
killed
the
herself
chapel
from that
wall.
slope.
On top
Off
of
the
that,
roof.
there was... If the culprit needed force to move the body, I wonder how they did it.
Their tea. Slid off. Slid off. still guessed a lot of the case. No.
I see now.
This is the first Hangman's Gambit I did with brute force.
The culprit used the sloped roof as a slide for Mew's avatar.
Slide?
I still forgot seesaw was a word.
Aw, man. Even with the slope and the snow, Mew's body wouldn't have slid.
Wrong. It would slide.
But the avatars can generate friction. We wouldn't have been able to walk otherwise. So I doubt that it would have had that much momentum.
No. It would slide.
It wouldn't slide, just like Maki Roll said.
It would slide, just like Shumai said.
Who the hell is Shumai?
Oh, he's
Hey.
a pupil of Ramen Man. Sorry, my hobby slipped in.
Hold the fuck on. Hold on. Shumai. No, so. Ramen Man. Shuichi popped up and everything like that. That's me. I'm going to have nightmares. Oh, that's Shuichi Kokichi, another thing. Oh, that's gonna give me nightmares.
Even
Yes,
if her
I do
avatar
that.
slid off the roof, would it slide off that quickly?
Oh, their faces.
Well, duh, it would.
If it made that much noise, it must have built up a lot of speed.
Lots of snow piled up on the roof. But not frozen solid, right?
You'd still slide, though.
In the real world, it might be difficult. But in the virtual world, perhaps not.
That's not the issue.
Yeah.
Sliding down snow is easy to do. You just need a sled or skis to cut the friction.
There was nothing like that.
Incorrect statement.
That's wrong.
I'm glad they made us listen to all that.
No, wait. There was something that could have been used to help slide Mew's body. Do you remember the lattice that was found by Mew's avatar?
Lattice? What the hell's a lattice? Oh, it's a
The
carpet.
culprit laid her on top of that, then used it as a sled on the roof. I did notice the lattice in the storage room when I first looked.
Blue
During the
tile
investigation,
carpet. Oh,
I
okay.
saw that it was gone.
Yeah,
The
you never
lattice
made
that
a
was
note of
found
it.
next to the chapel
So hush.
is the one that disappeared from the roof? Then that's it. The culprit used the lattice as a sled.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding! That's correct!
Yay, Kaito, you figured something out.
After the culprit killed Mew on the rooftop, they placed her corpse on a sled
That wasn't
and
suicide.
slid her down the roof's steep slope.
The sled picked up speed, flew off the roof, glided through the wall only objects could pass through, and hit the chapel.
The impacts made all of her belongings scatter, including the hammer and cell phone.
Just like that hedgehog who loses all his rings whenever he crashes into stuff. I hate that guy and his worldwide fame and his stupid games, and I hate that hedgehog!
Daddy, I'm glad you're feeling motivated again, but you shouldn't be so hateful.
He's quoting it again.
You gotta be an example to our new family.
Yeah, Father. Or should I start calling you grandfather now?
Now that we know how the body slid down, we're just one step away from the culprit. Well, Shuichi,
Yeah. And they
Gonta can't believe one of...
However, since we know she was killed on the roof, meaning the culprit must be someone who was investigating the mansion. Aside from you, the people at the chapel could not go through the wall or cross the river.
So that means the suspects are Kaito, Samugi, Shuichi, and Gonta.
At least Simigi and
That's real
Gonto.
sneaky, leaving yourself off the list.
Ooh, you got me.
Or Kokichi. I'm not even talking about Kokichi.
It's you! Kokichi, there's something I need to know.
What do you need to know?
Why did you lie just now?
Which lie are you talking about?
Fine. I'll expose your lie right now. It was that testimony that bothered me.
Really? There.
I see it!
Just wanted to clear them all out.
When you were explaining that the door to the roof was locked, you said... But later, you said... That's a lot of specific information. Stuff you wouldn't know if you hadn't been there.
Oh yeah, now that you mention it, how did you know all that stuff?
You could probably see the steep slope of the roof from outside the mansion. But you wouldn't know about the brick handrail unless you went up to the roof yourself.
Huh? What?
What's this all about, Kokichi? Did you actually go to the rooftop?
I didn't. I already told you that before.
Why you look so nervous?
Is this a sincere reaction?
But there's no evidence that proves I went to the roof. Wait, I remember now. That thing Himiko said.
Me?
At the start of the class trial, I remember you saying the handrail was made of bricks. Ooh, you thought...
Himiko really say that?
She totally said that.
No, she didn't.
She didn't.
Yes, she did.
She did not.
Hey,
She
guess
did
what?
too.
You know
And
what time it
when?
is.
Tell me how long ago. In
What a worthless fight!
Stop them, Grandpa! All this terrible fighting is...
Yeah, Grandfather. Stop them before your grandkid is born.
I'm not gonna apologize, cause Himiko said it.
So damn stubborn.
How much
You know
longer
what
are you
time
going
it
to
is.
behave like this?
No, I was getting excited.
I didn't go to the roof.
I've had enough of your lies, man.
I'm not lying. The rooftop door was locked and I couldn't open it.
So what did Kokichi do?
I turned back at once, of course. And stayed in the salon the whole time, you know?
Liars burn in hell, you know.
If you're lying, I'll hands on fire!
That's fine, because I'm not lying.
Then why do you look so nervous?
Lies, man.
I'm not lying. The rooftop door was locked and I couldn't open it.
So what did Kokichi do?
I turned back at once, of course. And stayed
In the salon the whole time, you know?
No, you didn't.
I'll reveal the truth. Kokichi, you're lying right now, aren't you?
Huh? Lying about what?
Just before the murder occurred, I went to the salon to check on you, but you weren't there.
What? Really?
I waited there for a while. You never showed up.
What's this all about, Kokichi? Didn't you go right back to the salon after finding the roof door locked?
I see. You use underhanded tactics too, huh, Shuichi? So who are you guys gonna believe? Shuichi or me?
Well, of course I'm gonna believe Shuichi.
I believe Shuichi 100.
The one who's not Kokichi.
And
You
there's
have
my third.
points. No. Himiko points to Shuichi.
But to go to the salon, Shuichi would need to pass by me in
Yep.
the dining room. I wonder why I didn't notice Shuichi
And
there.
now it gets split down the middle.
Oh well. I'll believe Shuichi anyway. He's usually right about stuff.
Sorry, but go.
Oh, I see. I wanted at least Gonta to believe me.
What comes around goes around. That's what happens to
Oh,
liars
let's
like
split down
you.
the middle.
Why do you guys hate lies that much? There's only one truth, but endless possibilities for lies, you know? And some of them are only white lies, or lies to be kind to people. If you deny all of that just because it's a lie, then that means you guys are just terrible at being lied to. Seriously, the worst!
Just spit it out already. You went to the roof, didn't you?
Isn't that where he met up with Mew?
No, he didn't just meet her there. He probably...
Okay, fine. I'll tell you if you want to know that badly. Consider this my revenge.
Revenge?
What?
You got some balls lying to me. I'm gonna take away your fun for pissing me off, Shuichi.
Oh, thank you.
I won't let you do any detective work, or deduction, or mystery solving, or anything.
Oh?
So, I'll confess everything. You guys better listen carefully.
Confess.
A confession? So you are the culprit after all.
I came up with a plan after Mew asked me to meet up with her. She asked me pretty eagerly, too. So I decided to pry
Confessing?
some info out of her.
The hell's in it there?
She gave me the rundown of the virtual world before she explained it to you guys. As I listened, I realized she was planning a murder. On me, no less. When I
Well, that's fair
investigated the
then.
virtual world, I found out that a person can die from shock.
That Kokichi killed her.
Without a doubt, she planned to use that for my murder. So that's when I decided to prepare my own crime with her plan. I pretended to cooperate with her and lured everyone into the virtual world. That's also why I worked together with Monokuma.
You work together with Monokuma?
I guess the jig is up. Yeah, everything he said is true. Kokichi came to me with an idea to make the killing game more interesting. It was such a good idea, I decided to place a motive in the killing game simulator.
You added a motive? Then the secret of the outside world is the motive, right?
No fair! Monokuma can't take sides!
I didn't help him with anything, and I had nothing to do with the murder itself.
So,
He merely suggested a way to spice up the killing game, and I accepted. Kokichi and I had a quid pro quo relationship. Technically, that doesn't violate the rules.
Bullshit! No matter how you look at it, you guys are working together.
yeah, but he's the ultimate supreme leader.
Down. I'll explain my relationship with Monokuma, so let me finish my confession.
I'm fine with that, but you're confessing without much of a fight.
I told you. I'm gonna get in the way by taking away the mystery-solving fun. If I can't win this game, then I'll make it boring for everyone. That's my revenge. Well then, the culprit is Gonta.
What? Huh?
What did you...
Wait! When did Gonta kill Mew?
That's a lie! He didn't kill her! Kokichi's just lying!
Now you're trying to pin things on Gonta? Do you really expect us to believe such an obvious lie?
Yeah, there's no way Gonta could commit a murder this complicated. He's not smart.
It's my turn now. The truth is, Gonta and I worked together. We formed a duo to end this killing game. As the Killing Game Busters!
What busters?
We must win this killing game in order to end this killing game.
What you mean, we?
By the way, I came up with a murder plan, and Gonta carried it out.
Gonta what?
Why are you more surprised by that than the first thing he said?
'Cause Gonta have no idea what he's talking about.
Come on, quit lying and tell us the truth.
Gonta is telling the truth! He's not someone who lies all the time like
That's
you!
his entire...
And no matter how
This
naive
entirety is a
Gonta may
lie.
be, I doubt he would ever team up with Kokichi.
Yeah, not after insect meet and greet insect.
It's obvious what he's trying to do. Gonta doesn't understand the virtual world, so Kokichi's trying to trick him. He's trying to sacrifice Gonta to escape from his crime.
You're a terrible person!
Are you sure?
How dare you use Gonta like that?
You're right.
If everyone's
Sorry.
jumping to that,
I
then...
did something horrible to Gonta. I didn't want Shuichi to hog all the glory, so I told everyone the truth.
Cut that out. I told you it's not gonna work.
Don't you think I could have pulled the strings and made Gonta carry out my commands?
It doesn't matter if it's possible or not, because I say it's just impossible.
What about the card kick?
It does matter. There's no need to bring emotions into class trials. All we need is logical thinking. Right, Shuichi?
What? Gonta not understand what's going on. But still, Gonta not kill Mew. Gonta really not know anything.
You may not have done it on purpose.
And also, Gonta not tell lies. And Gonta not make trouble for others. 'Cause that not how gentlemen act. That why Gonta not culprit.
Yeah, Gonta's not lying. I can tell just by looking at him.
I already used my magic to
You've
check.
seen Kokichi do the same
Gonta's
shit
definitely
1,000
not
times.
lying.
Then let me ask you guys. If it's not Gonta, then who's the culprit?
You, of course.
Wrong.
Come on! There's already proof that I couldn't have killed Mew.
There's already proof?
Oh, did you forget already? Why I can't be the culprit!
You look like you're having a stroke, Kokichi.
I am not the culprit. Didn't I prove that to you guys already? The clue is how Mew was killed.
Mew got strangled,
Yeah.
right?
Sending on
Toilet
Kokichi's
paper
avatar.
was the murder weapon.
Mew would have totally resisted if she was being strangled, right? Then it would have been impossible for someone as weak
Yep.
as me.
You talking about the strength of your virtual avatar? That wouldn't matter if you strangled her from behind.
In which case, even if she did resist, the most she could have done is merely touch the culprit.
Exactly.
Exactly. She couldn't struggle much. So you could have kept strangling her, no problem.
See, I told you.
How'd you arrive at that conclusion?
And I know the evidence.
Didn't I prove that to you already? The clue is how
It's not him.
Mew got strangled.
There was the murder weapon.
Mew resisted. That's impossible.
Strength of your virtual avatar? That wouldn't matter if you strangled her from behind.
In which case, even if she did resist, the most she could have done is merely touch the culprit.
Exactly.
She couldn't struggle much. So you could have kept no problem. That's wrong.
Actually, maybe it wasn't possible for Kokichi to strangle Mew.
Why wasn't it possible?
Mew modified my avatar, so if she attacked me, I wouldn't be able to
Yeah.
resist. If Mew touched me, then I'd be unable to move.
Huh?
So I would have had to kill her instantly, such as stabbing
Which there
or
wasn't anything
hitting.
to do that with.
I couldn't have murdered her by strangulation, because it'd be game over if she touched me.
What?
Well, if you were using the toilet paper, you wouldn't need to touch
But
her
she could
directly.
easily grab him.
But if you can't be touched while you're wrapping the toilet paper around her neck, then it would be impossible.
Yeah.
Which means, as long as she died from strangulation, it couldn't have been me.
Wait, what if it was something besides strangulation?
There's no doubt Mew was strangled. We already discussed
Yeah.
this.
Stop trying to frame him.
Kaido is really desperate to make me the culprit. No matter how much you whine about it, you can't change the truth. The culprit who killed Mew is Gonta Gokuhara. This is the truth you all adore so much.
No! Gonta not kill Mew! It's true! You
Mew.
gotta believe Gonta! Gonta would never hurt anyone!
I believe you. You've been risking yourself to protect everyone. There's no way Gonto would kill. He won't even kill bugs.
I believe Gonta too. I'm not gonna listen
Sorry,
to
but I believe
Kokichi's lies.
Kokichi.
Of course. Who'd believe a liar like him? He's lying about Gonta being the culprit, so there's no point in
Now?
talking about it.
Now's it?
Right, Shuichi?
Huh?
I know how important it is to believe, but as the ultimate detective, I know we can't solve this case with belief alone.
Huh?
It's just that something
Yep.
doesn't add up. I have this
Yep.
feeling something's off. We can't
It's not
keep going back and
Kokichi.
forth like this.
He's not
We
the
need to
direct
discuss
murderer
this.
anyway.
What, you wanna suspect Gonta?
No. But it's not
Too bad,
Kokichi.
Kaito.
Can't be.
Looks like Shuichi agrees with me.
No, I'm not trying to.
Oh, the irony! It's all thanks to Kaito that Shuichi got his act together as a detective. And now, Shuichi's intuition as a detective has made him more suspicious of others. Well, can't be helped. That's just what a detective does.
That's not it, Kokichi. I'm just trying to make sure that everyone
Shuichi, Gonta really not do it. Gonta not culprit. Please, believe Gonta.
We might as well discuss it.
What?
As a precautionary measure, that's all. I think we need to seriously discuss whether Gonta was capable of committing this crime. Only then can we arrive at a logical decision.
You guys, why don't you get it? He's just trying to split us up. Shuichi, open your eyes.
But
There's nothing to open my eyes about. There we go.
Sorry to ruin this tense moment, but you guys seem pretty
Yeah, we
evenly
do.
split right now. So, the
And I got
Ultimate Academy
Kokichi and
is proud
Kibo.
to present its very own more phenomenal
Is it
trial
3 against
rounds.
5 or is it 4 against 4?
So we're gonna do that again?
This is my favorite part. This is my favorite part.
Why don't you understand? You're my sidekick, aren't you?
Kaito.
You have to find the truth. Right. Split opinion. Yeah, it's 3 against 5. This is dope.
Shuichi, are you saying that Gonta is the culprit?
I got this. I can't say for sure he's the culprit. I'm saying we can't rule it out.
Gonta is such a sweetheart. He wouldn't hurt a fly.
Kokichi, don't you realize these so-called sweethearts can commit crimes too?
3 against 5. Let's fucking
Would
do
Gonta
this.
have even made it to the rooftop without being noticed?
Kibo! The entrance hall is all that separates the rooftop from the mansion exterior.
The 2 I called.
Should have been witnesses at the entrance hall.
I got this! No.
The
None of
2
us
I
were in
called
charge
at the
of
beginning are
entrance
now
hall.
helping me.
But Kokichi confessed he was working with
Kokichi!
I did cooperate with Monokuma, but only on a temporary basis.
It's all a lie. Kokichi.
Kibo! That isn't possible, because Kokichi's avatar had special settings.
Gonta not kill Mew!
I got this!
The truth is, Gonta could have murdered Mew.
Anyone could have, in this case.
This is our answer!
I need that. 1 minute 53 second. 1 hour 53
In my
minutes. I
opinion,
need that for a
As
thumbnail.
long as it is possible that Gonta is the culprit, we have to discuss it.
That's ridiculous. You're going to believe Kokichi
1
over
hour
Gonta?
53 minutes.
That's not it at all. I just want the truth. If we're going to survive, I have to find the truth.
But Gonta telling truth. Gonta really not culprit.
I still don't think Gonta's lying.
But didn't I tell you guys already? If you're planning to expose a liar, then you have to corner them psychologically. Only then will they reveal their true self as a liar, hiding beneath a layer of deceit. That's why it hurts my heart to persecute Gonta like this! Gonta, if you understand, then do it right. Make logical arguments for the truth.
Logical arguments?
It means use your head to make arguments.
Yeah.
Use head?
What I'm trying to say is, if you aren't the culprit, then
Prove
you
it.
gotta prove that you aren't.
But Gonta really not know.
I'm sick of hearing you say you don't know. God, why are you so dumb?
Gonta just want to help everyone, like true gentlemen.
You're a true gentleman? More like a true nincompoop.
Hey! Now that's just bullying.
Bullying? Yeah, so what? That's what you do in this game, right? You guys blame and gang up on me, but now you're gonna pretend to be
Yeah.
good people?
No, I never ganged up.
You all ganged up on him.
Gonta, argue back already! Just make an excuse or whatever!
Stop it! That's enough!
Stop what? You mean stop the game?
Yeah.
Hey, do you even know what you're saying?
Yeah, I know. What about it? I don't want to survive if it means I have to stoop to your level.
Oh, that's a low blow right there.
Ouch.
Then just die in a hole for all I care. We want to live, so stop getting in
Yeah,
our way.
I want to live.
Quit it. If you don't shut your mouth, then I'll shut it for you. Permanently.
Maki, please, calm down.
So this is why he asked.
Sorry.
4 and 4.
It's Gonta's fault everyone's so upset. But Gonta telling truth! Gonta really not culprit! 'Cause Gonta not know anything! Really!
Cut it out already! That's all you've been saying this whole time!
You're the one that needs to cut it out.
Yeah. Alta's a fake.
That's it.
After he murdered someone.
Did Gonta get into an accident in the virtual world?
Accident?
Wait a minute.
This is it.
Which wire did you
When we
put
logged
on?
into the virtual world, an avatar user error occurred.
Going to. He switched the wires.
An avatar user error?
Ever since Gonta logged out, he's been saying, I don't know, I don't understand.
That's because Gonta doesn't understand the virtual world.
No, because in
That's
there,
what I
he
thought
understood.
first, but I think it's because of the error.
What you mean?
Memory loss. Ding ding ding.
I believe it's possible that Gonta doesn't remember what happened in the virtual world.
Huh?
He doesn't remember?
You started saying, I don't know anything, after leaving the virtual world. I think that's the result of some kind of memory error.
Oh, that's why he doesn't remember anything that happened in the virtual world. Not even killing Mew.
What?
That's ridiculous! Quit screwing around!
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous.
What do you mean he doesn't remember? He's just
Yeah.
confused.
It makes sense.
Gonta told us he was bad with computers, remember?
Memory or no memory, Gonta never hurt anyone!
No way Gonta's the culprit!
Gonta never hurt anyone!
Remember because
Device instructions.
Gonta want to keep everyone safe!
You did it, but you don't
he would
remember
never
doing
kill
it,
a
right?
friend.
If there was a glitch.
Gonta is gentlemen! Gentlemen protect friends!
Should have affected all of us.
Your lies aren't protecting anyone.
Because we're all okay.
Gonta not lying!
That means there
That's
was
a
no
No. Ding, ding, ding.
The cause of the error that affected Gonta's avatar is the 2 cords on the helmet used to log into the virtual world.
Yep.
I think that Gonta messed up something with the cords, causing the error.
If he mixed the consciousness and memory cords, then there'd be an
Oh,
error with
yeah.
memory. Like an error that won't let you bring your avatar's memories to the real world?
What? Gonta, do you think it's possible that you improperly connected the cords?
Huh? How Gonta supposed to remember?
He couldn't have messed it up. Right is the hand you hold your chopsticks in.
Oh, but Gonta hold chopsticks with this hand.
You screwed him.
Hand!
What?
Himiko,
like
you
it's
screwed
decided.
Gonta.
What? Decided. He's wrong, isn't he, Gonta? You remember the virtual world, don't you?
Gonta not remember. Gonta not even go to this virtual world place.
What?
Gonta fall asleep when he put helmet on. When Gonta wake up, Mew dead. Gonta not know what happened. So, Gonta worry. Gonta not understand what everyone talking about.
No, it can't be.
But Gonta try his best to understand. Gonta imagine real hard.
That's enough, Gonta. We already know.
Know what?
We know that you totally forgot about teaming up with me and killing Mew.
Wait a minute! That lie! Gonta not kill Mew! 'Cause why would Gonta do that?
Yeah, it's a lie. I'll never accept this. And besides, Gonta's got no motive to kill Mew.
I already gave you my testimony on how I came up with the murder plan.
And I'm saying I don't believe you.
Kokichi, if what you're saying is true, why did you plan it this way? You wanted to plan the murder yourself and
Yeah.
have someone else carry it out?
Is the person who planned it also included as a blackened with the perpetrator?
Because he wanted the game to continue. He wants to
Only
win
the
the
person
game.
who actually commits the murder becomes the blackened.
Then there's no incentive to just plan the murder.
But Gonta's such a gentle soul. Why would he agree to this?
Hold on, that hasn't been decided yet.
Who cares about the motive? Let's vote for the culprit already.
I care about the motive.
Well, I don't care. Finding the culprit is more important in this class trial. Talking about the motive is meaningless. It's not necessary for this specific case.
No matter what you say, I'll never believe your lies.
We all agree that Gonta is the culprit, right? It would be impossible for anyone but him.
Impossible? Why?
It's pretty obvious if you use the process
Yeah.
of elimination. Which means Shuichi! Because if you don't face the truth, then we'll all die.
Yeah.
Right? And you don't want that, do you? Okay, let's begin!
Quit screwing around. I'm done putting up with your selfish bullshit.
Don't make me armament fight you.
Kaito, we should listen to his explanation. Our lives depend on it.
So, we can now take Keyboy, Himiko, and Maki off the suspect list. Shuichi, would you care to explain? I doubt they'll believe it if it came from me.
They couldn't get to the crime scene, could they?
The bridge from the chapel to the mansion was gone, and only Mew could pass through the wall. The three at the chapel had no way to get to the mansion, so they couldn't have done it. Kaito is the next one off our suspect list, and you know why, right?
Kaito had logged out ahead of us.
Mew logged Kaito out from the start, but she did that to make us think the murder happened in the real world, right? Since we figured out the actual killing happened in the virtual world, it would have been impossible for Kaito, who had already logged out. Mew's time of death was around 6:30 in the morning.
An
That's
hour and a half
after
beforehand.
Kaito logged out.
Kokichi's completely running the show now.
My synergy with Shuichi is super on point now, so let's move on to the remaining suspects. Gonta, Samugi, Shuichi, and me. Samugi and Shuichi can be crossed off. But what's the reason for that?
What's the question? Sorry, I forgot the question. I had to reread it.
Samugi and I are witnesses to each other's alibis.
Both of you heard Mew hitting the chapel wall. Right? The culprit was definitely on the roof during that time, since they slid Mew down. Because of that, Shuichi and Samugi can't be the culprit. That leaves only Gonta and me as the remaining
He convinced
suspects.
Gonta by telling him about how
Then you're
Mew
the
was trying to
culprit.
murder him, and probably lied and said if she
Sorry for
died
getting
in
your
the
hopes
game,
up, but didn't I already
she wouldn't
explain
die in the
what's
real
possible?
world. Sorry, got those two mixed up.
If Mew touched him, he'd freeze in place. Kokichi wasn't capable of strangling her.
So then, it's down to one person. And who was that again? Well, who is it?
Don't answer, Shuichi. You don't need to answer that. This is all
Tough.
Kokichi's trap.
It's Gonta.
Shuichi?
Yep, Gonta is the only person who could have committed the murder. You get it now, right? That's the truth we were all reaching for. The thing you guys wanted so badly! A truth without any lies! Mew Iruma's killer is Gonta Gokuhara!
Really? Did Gonta really do it?
Jeez, is that really your reaction? It would have been fun if you went all crazy. But you forgot everything, so oh well. A culprit who can't remember their murder is pretty interesting. So, better than nothing. If Gonta remembered, his cover would have been blown so fast. Especially since he's an idiot.
Hold on. I still haven't accepted this. I still believe in Gonta.
Kaito.
I already said this a million
Let's do this,
times,
Kaito.
Kaito.
I'm met.
You shouldn't use emotions to
You want proof? I've got your proof. After Sumugi and Shuichi heard Kibo's voice in the mansion, they ran outside. And who did they see out there?
Yeah, he was putting the toilet paper down there.
Gonta.
Kokichi said it himself. When Mew's avatar crashed into the chapel wall, the culprit must have been on the roof.
I see. If Gonta's the culprit, it'd be weird if he wasn't on the roof.
Kichi was on the
It's
roof.
possible that he fled the mansion after he heard the impact.
You'd have to go through the entrance hall to get outside the mansion from the roof. Is that where Shuichi and Sumugi ran to when they heard the crashing sound?
Then maybe he jumped off the roof.
That's not possible.
No,
That rooftop
he must have
was
used
pretty
the
high up.
toilet paper. I almost called it.
Normally,
I called it
Gonta
just
could have done
again.
it,
Used
but
the toilet
his avatar
paper to
was in
grapple
trouble.
down using Kokichi at the top, I
How
guess.
about that? Now you get it, right? If Gonta was the culprit, there's no way he could have been outside the mansion.
Now you can't say Gonta's the culprit. Congrats, Gonta.
What? Really?
Yeah.
No. That's wrong.
What?
Just because Gonta was at the mansion
Yeah.
doesn't mean that he isn't the culprit. All the culprit needed was a way to get from the roof
Oh,
to outside
what
the
she
mansion.
had.
Huh?
Looks like Shuichi got it. I'll leave the rest to him.
Kaito, I know how you feel. I know because we all feel it. But we have to face the truth. No matter how cruel that truth may be, we need to face it to survive.
Whose side are you on, Shuichi?
So, I'm on the phone that
Kaito,
you did.
please.
Aren't you my sidekick? Was that
I-
just a lie?
Kaito!
Fine then!
Yes,
I'll tear that sorry
want to
reasoning
leave.
of yours apart and wake you up!
Let's do it.
I'll never accept this! Don't you know Gonta at all? He's not the kind of guy who kills someone. Don't you know that about him by now? I'll never accept this! Don't you know Gonta at all? He's not
This
the
is
kind of
working
guy
out
who kills
really.
someone. Don't you know that about him by now? Damn it! Why won't you believe Gonta? Why are you listening to Kokichi? Aren't you my sidekick? Wake up, Shuichi! Why won't you believe Gonta? Why are you listening to
Why don't you
Kokichi?
trust me?
Aren't you my sidekick? Wake up, Shuichi! Why won't you believe Gonta? Why are you listening to Kokichi? Aren't you my sidekick? Wake up, Shuichi! Why won't you believe Gonta? Why are you listening to Kokichi? Aren't you my sidekick? Wake up, Shuichi! Damn it! Who do you want to believe? Remember what Kokichi has done to us! Remember how Gonta's always tried to protect us! How could Gonta be the culprit? Still want to accuse him, huh? Keep saying the truth this, the truth that. There's a reason Gonta's not the culprit! Who do you want to believe? Remember what Kokichi has done to us! Remember how Gonta's always tried to protect us! How could Gonta be the culprit? Still want to accuse him, huh? Keep saying the truth this, the truth that. There's a reason Gonta's not the culprit! Who do you want to believe? Remember what Kokichi has done to us! Damn it! There's no way to leave the mansion from the rooftop!
It ends here!
Toilet paper discovered outside the mansion.
The toilet paper we found outside the mansion. That's what the culprit used to get from the roof to the ground.
The toilet paper?
The same toilet paper that was used as the murder weapon. That's why we didn't find it anywhere else. Not at the scene of the crime, nor on Miu's body.
Yep.
It was outside the mansion.
Hold on. If they use the toilet paper as a rope to get down from the roof, then they need to tie it to something. But there was nothing to tie it to. I know because
The
I
door.
investigated the roof.
You're stubborn, Kaito. You're still going on about this.
Of course I am!
Kokichi.
I'm gonna believe in Gonta till the very end!
No, there was something that the toilet paper could have been tied to.
What?
Oh, this. I keep forgetting about this.
There!
The binoculars on the rooftop. The toilet paper could have been tied there. However, I don't think the culprit actually tied it down there. They just hung it.
Yeah.
And then used the doubled up toilet paper to climb down. But in that case, they would have had to tug on it in order to take it down.
Yep, that's correct. Because I came up with that idea.
Really?
But I thought I told Gonta to put the toilet paper back in the bathroom. Oh, I guess he ran into someone on the way and then threw it somewhere close by.
Yeah, like me.
Looks like Kaito's morale is shot, so this whole thing is done now.
The matter does appear to be settled.
That... it's...
So, it's true. Going to really kill Mew.
But I'm the one who came up with the plan. Anyway, just admit your crime, Gonta. Even though you don't remember, you still did it.
But why
I
did
didn't
Gonta
do something so terrible.
such terrible thing?
Wait, before you start crying, you gotta admit your crime first.
Stop. I won't let you, Kokichi. If anyone is gonna get him to confess, it's me.
Damn right. You ain't steal my boy.
Gonta, I'm going to look back at the whole case one more time, okay? When you're convinced, you just let me know, all right? Let's end this together.
Okay, Gonta?
Okay.
It's gonna be alright. More or less. She really thought she was a lot smarter than she actually is.
This is the truth of the case.
Do your job, Shuichi.
The case began last night. After being convinced by Mew, we all logged into the virtual world. To log in, you have to plug the memory and consciousness cords into the device. So, we all plugged those cords into our helmets and entered the virtual world. But the culprit had accidentally plugged their cords into the wrong ports. Because of this, a connection error occurred between the culprit's brain and their avatar. As a result, the culprit would forget everything that happened in the virtual world. It's possible that this had an effect on their avatar's personality as well. Because I can't believe that someone so kind could commit murder. But we had no idea this error even happened, and so we all logged in one by one. Meanwhile, Mew was the last to log in. She had modified the killing game simulator so she could accomplish a specific goal. After Mew confirmed we were all logged in, she took out the bottle of poison and placed it on Kokichi's seat. This was done to make it look like Kokichi was killed by poison when we returned. Yes, the reason Mew modified the simulator and brought us to the virtual world was to kill Kokichi in the virtual world, but make it look like he had died in the real world. After we had all logged in, Mew explained the world to us. Use the salon phone to log out, objects are unbreakable, your avatars use all 5 senses. She also explained the map of the virtual world in the mansion's entrance hall. But her explanation was intentionally false. She wanted us to misunderstand the world. However, one of us was able to see through her scheme. The very person Mew was trying to kill, Kokichi. Kokichi was going to use Mew's plan against her and plotted her murder. But Kokichi wouldn't do it himself. He used a patsy to be the culprit in this case. Kokichi was tight-lipped about the motive, so I don't know why the culprit agreed. But it seems as though right after logging in, when Kokichi and the culprit went outside, they were already working together to execute the murder. Eventually, we met up with Kokichi and crossed the river to the chapel. Mew had us split up to try to find some secret of the outside world.
I was wondering how these things would look, so
investigated the mansion.
Because I thought they were just going to do the normal portraits, but I'm glad they did this.
The chapel. Splitting us up was also part of Mew's plan. At the chapel, Mew told Maki that she was going to look around outside. She chased after our group while we were heading toward the mansion. Once she made sure we were across, she dropped the bridge into the river. This was to trick us into thinking that the river separated the mansion and chapel. At the time, we thought nothing of it. It was just another one of Mew's pranks. That's why we continued with the original plan to find the secret of the outside world. We went to the mansion and split up to look for clues. Kokichi searched the salon. Kaito searched the roof. Tsumugi searched the dining room. I searched the kitchen. And finally, the culprit searched outside the mansion. Around that time, Mew was headed for the wall that was on the side of the chapel. She passed through the wall and headed for the mansion to kill Kokichi. You see, the wall was a special wall that Mew had added herself. This wall was programmed so that only objects could pass through. And Mew had changed her avatar settings from human to object. That was the hidden route she prepared for herself. She set up a wall that only she could pass through. Mew headed toward the mansion, but she was seen by Tsumugi on the way. When she entered the mansion, she pulled out her cell phone. She didn't tell us that there was another way to log out. Then, she spoke a name into the phone, which forced that person to log out. It was Kaito who was on the roof at the time. The same roof where Kokichi and Mew were going to meet. By having Kaito search the roof and then forcing him to log out, she was making him look the most suspicious, but her plan didn't go smoothly. Kokichi was waiting on the roof with a culprit and the toilet paper used to kill Mew. While Mew was distracted by Kokichi, the culprit snuck up from behind. And used the toilet paper from the mansion's back room to strangle Mew. This was only possible because objects in the virtual world are unbreakable.
The paper murder!
Mew's avatar was strangled to death, and the shock killed Mew in the
Starting
real
to flicker,
world.
thinking it was going to. At the beginning, whenever I said go to keep thinking, I started thinking that
Left the roof.
wouldn't
He
be
probably
suicide
returned to the salon as
because
soon as he could to avoid drawing suspicion.
couldn't it be?
The culprit then took the lattice from the storage room and placed Mew's body on top along with the hammer and the cell phone. The culprit heaved the lattice over the railing and forcefully slid it down the roof slope. With a body on top of it, the lattice became a makeshift sled and flew off the roof. It went through the wall that only objects can pass through before crashing into the chapel. That was the crashing sound that Kibo heard in the chapel and we heard in the mansion. Mew's wall hid the fact that the mansion and chapel were actually right next to each other. That's why Tsumugi and I were able to hear the crash from the mansion. As the final step, the culprit had to then get off the roof. Because we were at the mansion, they couldn't take the stairs or they'd be seen. So they used the toilet paper again to escape from the rooftop. They hung the toilet paper from the binoculars on the roof and used it like a rope to climb down. Once the culprit was safely on the ground, they pulled at the toilet paper to retrieve it. They would have returned it to the bathroom, but they ran into us as we were leaving the mansion. In a panic, the culprit tossed the toilet paper somewhere nearby. Without that one little mistake, we might never have solved this case, because the culprit doesn't remember.
Toilet paper tea kind of looks like a faucet.
This is the truth you've forgotten, Gonta Gokuhara, the ultimate entomologist.
Alright,
Gonta, this is the truth we've reached.
Sorry. Going to not really understand.
I'm sorry, Gonta.
Going to not
You
smart
big
boy.
bad. You murder.
If everyone agrees,
You strangle.
everyone probably right. Gonta, trust everyone.
Gonta.
But why? Going to kill Mew, forget everything. Going to even think he not do anything bad.
Why did he kill Mew?
And then
Why did he
going to
agree?
try to blame someone else and make everyone suffer. Why? Why go to do such terrible thing?
Gonta, it's not your fault.
It's Kokichi's fault. He must have tricked Gonta.
Huh? I totally didn't trick him. Before we go into that, it's voting time. We should finish up the class trial first.
But is this the right answer? We're not being fooled by Kokichi?
For once, I wish that we were.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh? Wrapping things up already?
Yeah.
What a buzzkill of an ending. It lacks the rush of previous
Can you
voting
stop
times.
stepping on the computer?
Well, after so many killing games, I guess it was bound to happen eventually.
It's just as well. This killing game is a bad influence on the baby.
Oh my, Monotaro. You're even
Yeah,
saying
Monofenny's gonna go along with the execution.
Yeah! I gotta get my act together for the baby.
Now then, pull yourselves together and let's begin! The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless face-off! It's
You
voting
might get someone.
time!
I'm tempted.
It's
Let me guess. Yep, one vote for Kokichi. I wonder who that is.
who'll be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Duh. Nah, screw that though. Damn.
Absolute! Let me hear your joyful... Let me hear your joyful voices!
Damn.
Wah! Yay! And another thing. Here.
Well, it's just a lie.
What was that?
Hey,
Are you satisfied, Kokichi? I want you to tell us. What is the outside world? Is it the motive you gave Gonta? I plan to explain all of it, but it's more like, how do I say it? You guys are just gonna assume it's a lie. You hear from my cute
I
lips.
see.
Oh yeah, then let's have Gonta explain.
please stop!
Gonta doesn't remember anything. How can you expect him to?
Alright.
And we should all go back into the killing game simulator.
Because...
What?
But...
Gonta's memories didn't transfer over. I can combine Gonta's consciousness from his last login with that leftover memory data. Ta-da! Alter Ego Gonta is now complete.
Alter
Oh.
ego?
Basically, it's a separate Gonta that only exists in virtual space. If we listen to what he says, we should be able to find out what happened in that world.
Huh? What this? What happening? Huh? Huh?
What's that mean?
Hey, Now then.
Please. Why?
Else.
Huh?
Oh, man.
Fortunately, our plan failed. You can tell them the truth now.
Oh, Gonta.
Huh?
Save everyone?
Gonta don't know. Wrong.
That's...
Gonta, what do you mean?
Gonta.
yeah.
They are the same person.
But... Gonta.
What? Oh.
Jeez, Gonta is bad at explaining as always. I guess I'll have to help. And what happened at that time? No, we shouldn't. We want to prevent another murder from happening. Yoink, I'll take that card key then.
Huh?
Card key? So you used it? After working tirelessly, I finally found the door for the card key. I saw the outside world.
What?
I'll tell you guys in a second, but that was when I found out about Mia's plan. It hit me if I combined the two, then I'd be able to save
Please wait.
everyone. What do you mean? That's when... Then he would let me use the outside world as a motive again.
Huh?
In
Again?
other words, yeah.
Huh?
What?
You
What?
know.
And if it was the flashback, right? I mean, the secret of the outside world is part of our forgotten memories. What are you saying?
Incomprehensible.
What's going on here?
Oh? You get it?
Okay, fine. You have to finish up this case first. But I know where it was hidden, and I showed it to Gonta in the virtual world.
To tell you the truth, too bad.
It's a little too late for them.
Always messing around.
Could it be?
Maybe.
Gonta.
Looks like it. Maybe the secret of the outside world is in there. Wait. Are you sure you want to believe a liar like me so easily? This might be a trap, you know. Sure, you check it online first. I mean, you want to protect everyone, right? This is the perfect time to do it.
How'd this happen?
So I told him. He should put everyone out of their misery. A mercy kill.
What did you say?
No way! Wrong.
What?
Huh?
What do you mean, Gonzo?
How'd this happen? But...
Yeah.
That's right. The only way you can save everyone is to free them from this hell. Gonzo took on the dirty work for us. We had survived class trial. He would have lived in this hell alone. Gonzo took on that role for us. Shouldn't we appreciate him
Hold
more?
on.
What are you talking about? It's hell out there? What do you mean? What did we forget?
Right?
Please. Sorry.
Why?
Can't tell us why.
Huh?
Despair. I know it. A despair that makes you want to die. Something that makes you want to put everyone out of their misery. Not the kind Gonzo would tell you about such despair from his own mouth. But now we don't know any more than when we started. And I formed the Killing Game Busters, right? Then can't you accept everything about this case? You can imagine the rest, right? It got to away from sight where me and I was supposed to meet. Can I just... Oh. Wait, that actually is important. Really? Really? You're that egotistical? How are you that narcissistic? You literally are. Half your inventions are sexual. Shut up. I already said you don't need to apologize. We had to do this for everyone's sake.
By the way,
To hide the body, to slide the body to the chapel wall.
Gonta.
but
Gave me that chance. I like to think we make a pretty good team.
Well,
Sorry.
Always messing around.
How can this be? Sorry.
Gonzo.
Gonta, idiot.
Please forgive him. Gonzo tried to save us all from despair by taking on the sin of killing us. But he reached for truth and Gonzo's plan failed. All of you could have been saved if you died without knowing anything. It was wrong to fight for the truth? Yes, it was. At least Gonzo and I think so. We should have all died ignorant. Even killed me for that sake,
Don't
you know?
screw around.
Please stop. Sorry.
I should have taken on the dirt looking at Gonzo, right?
I know that.
Was targeting me, I thought to myself, she must have already have a way to prevent me from fighting back in the virtual world. She set up so she could paralyze you with just a touch. I would have done it myself if I could.
Please stop!
Don't do you.
Hey, hey!
Huh?
And
What?
another thing.
So am I!
Wait, if you're gonna punish him, then punish me too.
I know that!
I'm prepared for it. You're gonna escape going to the alley.
But
Alright, I promise.
Ah! Yeah? Honey! Now then!
Gonta!
I don't like this. Don't go, Gonta.
how can this be?
You can't cry either.
Sorry, everyone. Gonta, idiot!
You're gonna kill them both, aren't you? Oh. Oh! They're both dead. Now that's a bit brilliant. Yeah, I'd burn that with fire too.
Thrilling! Dang it!
Why?
You're the one responsible for this. Why would you do such a thing to your own children?
But how?
That's why?
Okay!
Even Kokichi.
Damn it.
Got a minute?
What was that?
Oh,
You?
I don't want to.
I don't want to, stupid head!
Kokichi.
Oh man, did you fall for all that fake crying? You're so dumb! I would never cry for Gonta!
What?
Because...
What? Hey!
Well,
So, when it be boring? What are
which
you?
means...
Incentive because I thought it'd liven up the game. Come on, think about it. I actually want to save everyone like Gonta did. I really betrayed Gonta. You should realize that.
Hey!
Then why did Gonta...
Who cares about that idiot? I want to enjoy this game filled with suspicion and betrayal from the bottom of my heart. I am the supreme leader of evil, so it's obvious my personality would be twisted. The more you suffer, the more I enjoy it. There are people in this world who spread grief and misery for no reason than the thrill of it. And I'm one of those people. Nothing pleases me more than inflicting pain on others!
You?
Then
You're so dumb.
What's so bad about that? You kill people for money, right, Makiro?
Bastard. Do you want to die?
You look so much better with the scowl on your face, Makiro. But hey, you guys are just way too trusting. Don't even suspect me more than me and going to win that died such
Don't
deaths.
screw around.
Oops, sorry. I tried to
Gonna
dodge you,
punch you
but I
instead.
punched you instead.
Kaito! You...
By the way, Kaito, is it just me? Or are you way slower?
Kaito.
Maybe, just maybe, Kaito is hiding something from us too.
Kaito!
Got a minute?
He believed a lie like that.
You bastard.
Let's have more
That
fun.
is terrifying. Is it because of Kaito? No, Maki. Maki wouldn't lose a cool fuck out of Kaito. He's way too pathetic. He's all bark and no bite. He's just a trainee anyway.
Right?
Are you alright?
Can you stand? Do you need to lean on my shoulder?
Oh?
Why are you all so worried
What's
about this
wrong?
pathetic kid? Pathetic. Okay, so, okay, Jay.
No.
What? Kaito always has his by his side, see? But no one wants to be around you. You're alone, Kokichi, and you always will be. Talking about friends, friends don't make this game more
Oh, man.
I'm no longer interested. I don't care anymore, but I will tell you this. I'm the one who will win this game.
Kaito!
Are you okay?
Huh?
Hey,
Kaito?
What?
Okay?
Kaito? No.
What?
Kaito?
Blood? Why? What's the matter, Kaito?
Come on. Don't freak out over this. It's nothing. My cold just got worse is all.
I didn't know that coughing up blood was a cold
It's
symptom.
not.
You're a robot, and you don't know that? I'm saying it's fine. Just chill. I just coughed too much and cut my throat or something.
Kaito!
Okay, I'll go look.
Huh?
What?
Well,
Hmm.
Why? Why did it end up like this? Is this what I get?
Damn it!
This is what we get when we heroes.
It's almost time. Yeah, it's almost time. This should
What's
be
your real
enough.
plot?
I'll end it. Now is the time. I'll end this killing game.
You sure about that, Kokichi? Something you don't